back. There's been a lot of talk surrounding Elon Musk's xAI project in Memphis. While some say the supercomputer will bring big investments and opportunity to the city, others are asking at what cost to our health. Recently, some state leaders called on Memphis Mayor Paul Young for more transparency when it comes to the project. Here to address concerns and recent claims made against him is the mayor himself, Paul Young. Mayor, welcome. Glad to have you back on the
Thank
News
you,
at
man.
3.
Always good to be with
You have been a busy man, to say the least. Pick up some of the city's newspapers this morning. There you were with at least 2 columns. And some of the words that kind of stood out to me, Mayor, I'm choosing Memphis, not fear, not politics. Why so?
Well, I think that there's been a lot of claims and accusations made without it being rooted in fact. And I think it's really important that we balance the conversation. We can do both things. We can make sure that we are protecting our people, we're protecting the environment, and that we're bringing historic investment to our neighborhoods and communities.
Can we look at it, though, from both perspectives? Because you have a lot of people say when it comes to transparency, there's so much information out there that they feel has not always come to the public. Could the city have done a better job? Could xAI have done a better job?
Well, I understand that there are people that feel like there's information that they didn't know. I think what is not being taken into consideration is that when this project started, it was a private transaction. It was a private real estate transaction between 2 parties. As the project grew and more things were asked of the city and county, then there was more that was brought to the public conversation. Traditionally, when a project like this starts, it starts with a request to our incentive granting agencies like Economic Development Growth Engine. And so the public gets to hear a lot about the project before it actually comes. It didn't happen in that order, so I understand that frustration.
Let's go down a few things that I know you want to kind of set the record straight on from your perspective. xAI plans to install 45 to 90 turbines in Memphis. What's the real deal here?
Yeah, I'm not sure where that number came from, but they have never stated that they were going to install 45 to 90 turbines. There's a permit that's been filed for 15 permanent turbines that will be used as backup power after the facility that's located on Paul Lowry Road is connected to the MLGW utility grid. That's a really, really important point. It's backup power. It's going to be connected to the utility grid once they pay for, and I mean they as in xAI, pay for the building of 2 substations.
And what about the claim that xAI also is operating 35 turbines illegally? What do you say to that? What's the real truth here?
So with the turbines, they have up to 365 days to use them as mobile power. And that's why they are able to operate them as they have been since September. The goal is for them to get off of those turbines and tap into the MLGW grid by building 2 substations, one of which has already been built. That's why they've been able to remove some of those 35. Now they're down to 21 turbines. And again, once they build the other substation, they'll be down to 15 that will only be turned on when they need backup power, if and when they come off the grid. And the reason they would come off the grid is because there are moments when our power is peaking, when they send you a text and say, don't run your dishwashers during the day. During those moments, they're going to shed all of their load, meaning they're coming off the MLGW grid, and they would use backup power after they utilize the battery packs that they have.
And Mayor, also clear something up for us also when it comes to health concerns, pollution concerns that so many people have, especially in communities that they perceive as being marginalized. Right. What do you say to people about that? What's the real deal here? How concerned are you about
Well,
this?
first I will say I have the exact same concern. I was the city's first sustainability director for this community. I've been working in housing and community development my whole career. And so we're certainly concerned about the environmental challenges that the community experiences. We know that the turbines that will be the permanent turbines will have what they call selective catalytic reduction technology. And those are big words to say that it minimizes the emissions down from 80 to 95% of the emissions go away. And so this is very, very clean technology that's being used. And I also like to point out that as we look at outdoor air quality, we're thinking about indoor air quality as well, so that we can begin using some of the resources from this project to begin investing in the homes that are in this community and improving the indoor air quality and improving health outcomes for the families.
All right, Mayor, thank you very much. We're going to take a short break here to get another check on the weather.